Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, and I'm your host Horizon, and today I'll be showing you a spicy text for this format of September 2020. The first tech card I have to show is Xyz Encore. Xyz Encore is a quick play spell that has the effect, target one face of Xyz monster your opponent controls, it has material, detach all materials from it, and if you do, return to the extra deck. Then, if there's monster cards in the graveyard among the detached materials, special those monsters, as many as possible, from the graveyard to your opponent's side of the field in defense position. Their levels are reduced by 1. The cards and effects cannot be activated in response to this card's effect. To be perfectly honest, this card's really good for its ability to either target Zexal and just get rid off the field so you can actually play your turn. And for a little bit more of a spicy play, you can always target Dingirsu, shuffle it back in the extra deck to cause its effect to fizzle, because remember, the new ruling change for the 2020 Master Rule made it where any monster that is shuffled back to the extra deck has its effect to not resolve. For the more annoying cards like Dragoon's going to be in this format, this tech card is actually going to be a way to counter Dragoons, is Contact C. Now, I know what you're thinking, this is probably the last card on the face of the planet to ever think to counter Dragoon, but hear me out, I've been trying to convince people for a long time to play this card. Contact C is a level 6 Earth Insect effect monster with the effect, when your opponent normals or special summons a monster except during the damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand to your opponent's side of the field in defense position. The controller cannot fusion, synchro, Xyz, or link summon unless using this card as material. For people who do not see it, let's say your opponent is just summoned, they've completed their board, they're typically just going to make Dragoon and pass or something like that. So when they make Verde Anaconda, you can slam this down onto the field, making it where they cannot activate Verde Anaconda's effect because of Red Eye's Fusion's effect they must use Red Eyes as material, and since Dragoon only needs Dark Magician and Red Eyes, and typically to use the combo, they're not going to be able to use it because they have to use Contact C for the material to make Dragoon. So they are not able to make Dragoon. For the more going first decks that are like Subterror and Altergeist, these decks typically thrive on going first and using their traps to stop your opponent. So a way to use either as a side or even just a main deck option, because Dragoon can be played almost every single deck through Dimensional Barrier. Dimensional Barrier is a good option just to keep Dragoon off the board by just not letting them fusion summon at all. Okay, for one of the most boring tech cards that I could think of to take out Orcus was System Down. System Down was honestly a really good card back in the day when Nightmare Mermaid was still running around, for the reason of it just was so oppressive for any machine deck. If you just slam this down, pay 1,000 life points, all machines on the field and your opponent's graveyard are now banished. So this is typically really just good to bait out crescendos or even just completely OTK them. Okay, for the last spiciest card that I can think of with so much spice, how can I top System Shutdown or any like Contact C? This card was actually not even overpowered. It's just a card that no one thinks is. They mostly think it's just utter garbage, but I think it's completely amazing and no one can change my opinion. And the card I refer to is Link Belt Wall Dragon. I'm going to assume that you're the 99.9% of people who don't know what this card is. For the people who do know what this card is, good job, you actually read some commons. But for people who don't know, Link Belt Wall Dragon is a Earth Dragon with level 6 effect monster with the effect cannot be normal / set. It must be special summoned by its own effect. When you link summon, you can special summon this card from the hand, and if you do, place 2 counters on it. If a monster is link summoned, remove 2 counters from this card, or all if less than 2. Once per turn, during each standby, place 1 counter on this card. No monster can be link summoned unless the card has at least that many counters on the link monster's rating. Monsters cannot attack except link monsters. Sorry for the stuttering, the card's wording is really weird. Link Belt Wall Dragon is actually a very interesting card for its ability to shut down people from link summoning, so this can take out Needle Fiber and Link Ross combos, like with Inferno Open Knights, Orcus, and Eldritch combo. But anyway, that's the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this new type of content. For me, it's rather interesting. I wanted to do something to kind of show people what tech cards are, because a lot of people are now saying this spicy tech card is Mystic Mine. My spicy tech card is Dragoon. That's not spice. That's just a staple at that point. So I kind of wanted to do something a little bit different and kind of show people what tech cards were. And I honestly, it just pissed me off that people call it spice, but it really just Mystic. It's just 3 copies of Mystic Mine in Metaverse. That was really my thought process on that. And what I also wanted to say was, if you did enjoy the video, please leave a like and share it with other people. I'm a very small channel, so I really want to try to get my channel up and big to really show more people of my thought process and understanding of why just playing these cards is a little bit more fun. And honestly, it's better not to spend so much money. All these cards are typically fairly cheap. I haven't checked the price on XY's Encore, so I don't know the price on that one, but everything else is relatively penny stocks. So it's not that hard to get your hands on these cards, and typically that's what my goal is in these videos. I want to make it where if competitive Yu-Gi-Oh starts back up again with like locals or regionals, I want people to see these tech cards and go, I can actually go to a regional and not have to worry of spending $14 on one copy of a Nibiru or Dark Ruler No More. It's just my goal in life to teach people something that's not, hey, if you're gonna play a card, play Forbidden Droplet. It's only $80 per copy, or play Triples Cackled Talent. It's only $100. Lightning Storm, same thing. It makes me so angry for the people who don't have access to that kind of money. It's not fair. It's not fair for those people to brag that, oh, I can win because I Lightning Stormed them. And for the people who are just playing online formats and don't actually afford those cards, I'm kind of mad at you because you're not actually looking at all the single options and try to find a tech card out of that. And I wanted to just do something a little special. That's why I don't typically play a lot of hand traps in my builds, just because I don't like these hand traps, just because if it doesn't get me an advantage like Infinite Impermanence or in Ultra Guys or Salamangreats or Ash Blossom Salamangreats, it doesn't really help me that I'm playing a card that is not a +1. It's a -1 at most. But anyway, guys, if you guys enjoyed this video, please let me know what you thought of my tech cards down in the comments. Anyway, Horizon out.